Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my October update of my Shop My Stash project pan. If my hat and my sweater and my makeup all look familiar from my last video, it is because I'm filming these back to back. I'm trying to squeeze some filming in when I have time. I don't have as much time these days. I mentioned this in one of my shorts recently, but I have been asked by my leadership at work to move into a new role. It is a lateral from what I'm currently doing, but it is definitely a lot more high visibility and a lot more responsibility. And so I've been working a lot more as a result of that, which is good in the sense that, you know, I was tapped for this and they obviously are putting a lot of trust in the work that I can deliver, but it also means I have less time for some of the other things in my life, including filming. So like I said, I have a little bit of time today that I can film, and so I'm taking advantage of it and filming back-to-back videos. So apologies that you're kind of seeing this same look twice. Here we are. So today's video is all about refreshing my typical makeup bag. What I do on about a monthly basis is I select products from my collection, usually things or in categories of things that I'm currently not panning, because if I'm panning something, I usually want to focus on that. Sometimes we break that rule, but I select different products that I want to work on for the next month or so. I have to use them at least 5 times to be able to roll them back in the next update. And once I do use them 5 times and I roll them back in, I select new products, and those are the ones that I work on for that month. And it's really just a way to go through my collection, because I think if I didn't do this, I would just use the same products over and over and over again, which in some cases is fine. But I think for this particular project, this gets me rotating through my collection a little bit more and gets me using things that I might not typically. So I do appreciate it for that. Let's go ahead and talk about the products that I used this past month. I did use this Charlotte Tilbury setting spray in this project 7 different times, and then I ended up rolling it into my project pan. So I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil the update in my next project pan video, but that was kind of a great way to set up myself for hopefully an empty coming out of my project pan. Next product that I want to talk about is my MAC Soft and Gentle Highlight. This is such a classic and I love the pan that I have in here. And I used this one 21 times this month, which is such a great number on a product in general, but also on a highlight. So I'm super happy with that. And I continue to roll this one in, and every time I work on it, I absolutely love it. I'm so glad that it continues to hold up, even though I've had it for quite a long time now. It's kind of like the perfect subtle highlight for me. The next one that I want to talk about is my CoverGirl powder. I used this one 20 times this month, and I'm really excited about the usage on that one. There's no pan or anything in here yet, but I'm starting to be able to see the rings on the pan below. So I think I've made some good progress on this one. I'm happy with the 20 uses, and I do really like this one as well. This is something that I think I was influenced to get by someone on YouTube, and I'm happy that I did because I do really enjoy it. Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. I used this one 13 times. I'm starting to actually see some usage in the pan. I really like this blush. I think it's a really nice topper, but I've also worn it on its own. It definitely has a lot of shimmer in here. So just if you're not into that for your blush, just be warned. I think it can be really, really nice and pair very, very well with a highlight too. So I have been enjoying this one. When I have layered that blush, I've layered it over this Merit cream blush in the shade Mood. I've worn this one 10 times. I love one of my other Merit cream blushes, and I have really enjoyed this one, although this one's a little bit more pigmented than the other one because of, obviously it's probably meant for darker skin tones than mine, but I have been able to make it work, and it's super pretty. I've really enjoyed it, and like I said, I really liked layering it with the Rare Beauty one as well. So gorgeous shade. Next is my Rhode Lips. So I finished the lip mask that I had on my bedside table, and so I decided to just move this up there for this past month to act as that, and I wore it 30 times, so pretty much every night. I think it would have been more had we not been away some nights, because then I did not bring this with me on trips, but I am really happy with 30 uses on this. I think I'm probably after this gonna go put this back up there and just leave it up there as my nighttime lip treatment until it's finished. But I would not necessarily have moved it up there had I not had it in this project, and so I'm really happy that I did. Next is this Merit Balm. I think this is a rollover from at least 1 month ago, and this is in the shade Solstice. It might have been a rollover from 2 months, and so I finally got 5 uses on it. I have worn it in a variety of different ways, but mostly collarbone and shoulder and then my inner corner. It is very pretty. I just don't know if I would ever actually finish this because the infrequency in which I do wear it. And then the next 3 products are lip products. So I used my Kiko Milano lip liner in the shade 534 5 different times. This is such a pretty shade. I ended up sharpening it as well, and I've just really liked that. And then I also wore my Rare Beauty matte lip cream in the shade Brave 6 times. This is such a pretty shade as well. It's just like more of like this orangey tone, but I very much enjoy that. I think it's really nice. I think it probably would have been really nice if I paired these 2 together. I don't think I ever actually did, but something to consider for the future. And then I also got 5 uses. I think this was also a rollover, so I ended up using however many times I needed to get 5 uses. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 2 little mini lipstick. All right, that is it. So I'm able to roll everything back into my collection, which is super exciting. And now I will go ahead and do that and then pick out some new products to work on next month. I'm getting excited about selecting products this month, and I think I'm getting even more excited about selecting products in the next couple months because the holidays are coming up, which means I can pull out my red lipsticks. I mean, I could always wear red lipsticks, but I especially love wearing them during the holidays. So good stuff in the future. I am gonna pick out a base product because the foundation that I have in my project pan is close to being done, and I'm gonna select this Tarte C Hydroflex Serum Foundation because this is in my planning to pan if and when I finish that foundation. And so if I can just get a little bit of a head start on this, I'm going to. All right, next we need powder. So 2 months ago I used this Ciate loose powder, and then this past month I used the CoverGirl. So I'm kind of debating between this LYS one and then this Coty Airspun. Why not? I don't know the last time I used this one. So let's just pull this in. Just something to get this product. I don't think I will ever finish because there's so much in here, but I think it's just good to get some use on it. I'm not gonna choose a bronzer because I'm still working away on my Marc Jacobs bronzer in my project pan, but I of course need a highlight. I think, maybe I'll use my Urban Decay Sin one. This one's always good as we're thinking about something I could potentially pan in the next year or so. And this one could be a good one because it's not a huge pan and we already do have a pan in it. And then blush, I'm actually gonna pull out this whole drawer because I finished my blush that was in my project pan. I have not used either one of these OG blushes in a minute. This is in Topaz, and this one is in the shade Carnelian. But maybe I'll pull Carnelian in and try and get some usage on that. And then in terms of blush itself, the Ciate London one, I do love this one so much. The Kylie one down there is just like a really bright pink, and I'm just not sure that's the vibe. This is in the shade Dusk. So I think maybe I'll do the OG blush stick, and then that's the Ciate London blush itself. Maybe I will pick out a lip gloss because I am working on one in my project pan, but that one's getting close to being done. So I actually used this one the other day randomly, and it's such a pretty shade. This is the Carli Bybel Il Makiage collab in the shade Twilight. Maybe I'll pull that one in just for fun. And then I do want to pick some lipsticks out. Actually, I'm wearing this one today. This is one of my absolute favorites. Lipstick Queen in the shade The Truth. Never gets old. So maybe I'll pull that one in. But I do want to do something different. Maybe one of these ones from Merit. I feel like I wore Bespoke recently. What about Black Tie? I don't know if I've ever even worn this shade at all. Could be really, really pretty this time of year. So we'll go with Black Tie. So let's go through everything that I've picked out. So base, we have the Tarte Hydroflex Serum Foundation, and we have the Coty Airspun Powder. And then I have the Urban Decay Highlight in Sin, as well as the Ciate London Marbled Light Blush in Dusk. And I want to pair that with this Sculpted Face Stick by OG in the shade Carnelian. And then for lips, we have this Merit lipstick in the shade Black Tie, Lipstick Queen lipstick in The Truth, and then this Carli Bybel Il Makiage collab lip gloss in the shade Twilight. So super excited about this group of products. Hoping to make some good progress over the next month or so. Definitely check back in my next update, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.